What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. My name is Hans. Just checking if everything is alright. It looks like it. Okay, so in this video we are going to be checking out our HEX proof of work fork. We're also going to check out some news for today and cover all the charts as the dumps are insane, right? HEX on Ethereum are taking a little bit of punishment, and we're going to look at the macro in crypto as well to see why HEX is dumping like it's doing. Okay, so let's get right into it. Firstly, let's look at the Bitcoin chart, because after all, Bitcoin leads everything, right? Yesterday we had a little bit of a dump, but we're literally sitting at the bottom of the chart. This is the 19 MA and we keep getting rejected over there. Once again, I think the Bitcoin bottom is in, which means that all of the charts bottoms are in, but HEX on Ethereum wants to do something else. This is fear, and frankly I think this is the narrative that Richard Hart thinks that Bitcoin is going to 10k. Now, if Bitcoin goes to 10k, we will never ever see an all-time high ever again. But just by taking the gains, you can check out the recent tweet of mine where the gains are reduced by 5.3 times every cycle, which would put, if we go to 10k, that would put the gains for Bitcoin to like 53k, which means that will be the top for the next cycle, which is darn hard to believe, right? The reason I think we're not going to get an 85% retracement on Bitcoin is because the bull run was pathetically, the gains were pathetically low, which means that you would have diminishing returns the next cycle and a diminishing retracement as well. So that's my theory. On the weekly for Bitcoin, we have the stochastic RSI actually turning up. The RSI has never been this low, but today we will see what happens, as there is a Fed announcement today, and it seems like a 75 basis point hike is on the cards, which would be pretty. I think we had a 75% basis point increase the last time as well, and these rate hikes have only caused the price to rally the previous two times. So I do not think we're going to see another dump here. I'd be quite surprised if we do not get a pump, as the market has been dumping into the Fed announcement. Not only that, we are in a bullish full moon. Yeah, and we've pretty much just been going down on this full moon, so I suspect maybe a little bit of a bounce here by today. Now, yeah, so I actually want just for Richard Hart to come out and say that this HEX chart has bottomed now. I do not care for a small retracement like this. I still think the bottom is in on HEX. Although we made a new low, we pretty much did a fake out like this on the top as well. This is a very hard technical level. You tend to see a blow off top, a dump, and then a retracement to retest the high like we did there. We actually did it, but this was a little bit of a fake out. And this got everybody bullish, even Jenkins and many other OG Hexicans as well. Now, he's not an OG, he's just a technical analyst. Once again, the RSI is incredibly low on the daily and on the stochastic RSI. This is where the professionals go long on these indicators, when they're both the stochastic and the RSI. and the MFI as well, the money flow index. Guys should follow Pulse Lord as well. He is by far the best indicator trader in the HEX community. And yeah, this is pretty much just fear right now. Narrative, Mexicans expect a 10k BTC. And if I'm wrong, that's fine. I am willing to put my head out there and say that the bottom is in on the charts, especially on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now we'll see what the reaction is today. I'll go live later today. Stochastic RSI on Ethereum is also incredibly low. The RSI has a little bit of more room to go before it's in the buy location, but this can happen in the next few days. Let's quickly look at the Bitcoin dominance. Remember, the altcoins do poorly when this rises to the top, and they do well when it dumps. So we're moving sideways, consolidating, but expect this to break down and Bitcoin lose much more of its dominance during the next bull run. Let's quickly look at still. This is the dollar index, DXY. And we made another new high, have we? But I expect this to break down pretty soon because the price is going higher, but the indicators are going lower, which shows a little bit of weakness, right? This is the total market cap with Bitcoin included. Stochastic pretty low. The RSI has a little bit more room to go, but there's lots of space before we break the lows. So let's just go quickly look back at Bitcoin. So this is a bearish flag that has broken out, but there's much more indications on that the bottom is in fact in. Okay, so lots of fear in HEX for some reason, especially on the Ethereum side. I hope people aren't selling it to go over to their HEX on the proof of work side. And this is HEX on proof of work. We've been consolidating beautifully. I pulled up the reload zone. I told you guys this is where you should be interested, and we can just see all of the wicks into this area. Now when we make a new all-time high, we can just move it up, and with that the reload zone will move again. If you're wanting to speculate, right? I'm not your financial advisor. You press the button, the buy button and the sell button yourself. You're responsible for that. And yeah, let's quickly cover Hedron. Now I've been saying that I'm bearish. I called the top on this coin, and I gotten so much hate for it. And I told you the target as well. It was the 25k over here. Once again, this is the reload zone. This is where the professionals go long. I said 25k and pray, and I expect it to come much lower. Look how high the RSI still is. We can pull on the stochastic RSI to see. That was the wrong one. Let's pull up the stochastic RSI. And if there are any other coins you want me to look at and charts you want me to look at, please put them in there. Yeah, Ash, hello Ash, HEX down under, what's up? I think the bottom is in for Bitcoin, yes. Now, that excludes HEX on Ethereum because everybody is scared and they think they're trusting Richard Hart blindly. And as HEX Tangent has said, people aren't willing to make up their own mind. They're blindly getting all of their narrative from Richard Hart. So they think it's all going much lower as the rest of the market is pretty stable, but HEX continues to go down. These indicators are beautiful at the bottom, though, right? This is where, yeah, I mean, what more can I say? This is where you want to go long on this thing. And yeah, I'm also loading my bags up here. Yeah, I can look at Luna. Isn't Luna like dead already? Do you want me to look at Lunar Classic for you? Yeah, I'd love to talk to, if we follow each other on, let's see what Luna C has done, because Mr. Do Kwon has an arrest warrant for him, out for him by the US. So yeah, all I can do is pretty much look at the indicators, and now as little old ladies and carnivore men, we just simply trade the charts. We do not care about fundamentals. In fact, fundamentals are just a bunch of noise, right? So this is where they go long, and it's bounced off there already, but it's the RSI has still a lot of way to go down, so I'd not be interested up here. I'm not endorsing this coin at all, obviously. I am a HEX enthusiast. Most of my bag is in HEX, and yeah, so what you want to see is you want to see market structure. We can just use this chart as a good reference, right? Market structure is simply higher lows. And you need another reason. This is just a trade location. That's one reason to go long, and then you want market structure. Maybe you want a few indicators in position, and that's your signal to go long. Trading is exceptionally dangerous, right? And if you do not know what you're doing, you're probably going to get wrecked. Monkey magic, amazing people are still selling at this level. Yeah, but it's good. Rather, let's get them out over here and not later. HEX is down under, lol. Yeah, literally down under. But yeah, I mean, the indicators, we can say that these people are stupid and whatever, but the indicators are actually just reset and ready to go again. Can the devs do anything? I need the price to go up now. Can the devs do anything? No. I mean, HEX is a finished product. No one can do any changes. This is why when it gets forked over to another chain, and believe me, guys, there's going to be more forks in the future. There's the EVM chains are doing really well. And just like Pulse is going to give us another copy, there's two already on ETHW and ETHF. Now, these aren't obviously scams, right? If HEX on ETHW is not HEX, then ETH on Ethereum is not HEX, and then ETH on Pulse chain is also not HEX, right? But once again, you need to wait for the reload zone, and these wicks are quite aggressive, so you can actually get them, yeah. But you need to wait for it to get down here. We can see already that the dips are getting smaller by the day, or this is a 2-hour chart, by the hour, right? So this can just, I mean, it looks quite bullish. The RSI has been moving sideways here as well. And in fact, it's been going down while the price is slowly moving to the upside as well, which is a bullish divergence. Which shows a little bit more strength in the market. Let's just quickly go back to Hedron. The auctions is in the middle of November. I actually sold one stake, which I want to buy back. But unless it's in the green box and the RSI is down low, between below this dotted line, I'd not be interested. All the hate that I got, all of those guys on Twitter that attacked me, I hope you're all eating salt right now. Yeah, I've been doing this for 5 years already, right? And I taught these things myself. I'm not a financial advisor. So, what's up, Perito? What's up, Lyman? I dollar cost average each month, and it's the perfect strategy since May. Yeah, I mean, if we just look at the chart of HEX, we're well within the reload zone. Now, this is called the trade location. You can see the green box over here. That is the 61.8. People have been starting to write the strategy that I use says that going along here dollar cost averaging at the 78.6 level and then at the 88.6 level. Literally, that's how it works. You put in a position at 19 cents, you put in a position at 11 cents, and you put in a position at the 88.6 level. And then you just sell half and a double. But we don't want more USDC. We want either more Bitcoin or more Ethereum. Now this is HEX versus Ethereum. And let's just clean up the chart quickly. So what you're saying is perfectly fine, right? That is how you're supposed to be doing it. So that's how the professionals do it. And they do not mind sitting underwater for a few years. Eventually they will get their double off. Now I'm not saying you should trade it like this, right? I'm just giving you the strategy that has worked for me the previous bull run. And I learned this from Brian Beamish, the Rational Investor. So he's an incredible investor, and I mean we did 4,000% in the previous bull run with this strategy. And I'm not going to do it exactly like this. I'll maybe have a small portfolio which I would trade like that, where you take some of the altcoins and flip them as they double, and then I'll funnel that free positions into HEX perhaps, and maybe some other things which are valuable at that time. So yeah, once again, just this is HEX versus Ethereum, and this is where value is at, right? You start, professionals start taking positions at every level, and overall their dollar cost average rounds out, right, to a very good, what you say, a very good average price. So I was pretty disappointed that we've broken those lows down here. Now the next level, which this is called the Wyckoff check, where the professionals take a little bit of another position down there. Hopefully it doesn't get down there, because that's still a lot more downward. Let's measure move, how far down that is still from where we are right now. It's like a 40% move. But it doesn't mean we're going there, right? Yeah, so on BTC, where value is at for the Bitcoin versus HEX pair, it's right here in this level. And you see we are below it, but they don't mind, right? They'll just sit in this position until their target has been hit. But it's fun to be looking at this chart, and it's brought some excitement into the market, right? Remember, I shilled it down here. I made it public when I started participating in this coin, literally down here, and I tweeted it and I gave people referral links, and that's where most of my position came from. There's a few large whales that clicked on my referral link, because I was one of the early people that actually shared information, right? And so they clicked on my link, and 0.1% of their swaps went to me. So I got a nice ETH position, and I dumped everything for HEX on that side. What does your day consist of, Hans? How do you make sure your daily exercise? How do you make sure you have your daily exercise? And how many hours do you screen watch? Yeah, those things are important. Like every day I wake up, I go walk with my dogs. I then come back, I look at the charts, and I think I'll be streaming in this time zone or this time, and maybe a bit later, but all of our time zones differ. I want to stream just after or just before Hexologist goes live, that time zone. But yeah, I do spend a lot of time on or looking at screens, right? When I'm done here, I will go, and it's spring in the southern hemisphere, so I'm going to sit outside and tan the whole day, sit in the sun. And then I walk my dogs again later today, and I do like weightlifting. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much what I do, right? I look at charts, I trade. I wouldn't call myself a trader. I'm more of a swing investor. Like, I take positions, and some positions I hold forever. Like this HEX position that I have here on ETH proof of work. I'm planning on staking. I've only staked it 30 days just to see how it works out. But the more I sit on it, the more I want to stake it for to actually create a staking ladder this side. What's up, BP? I hope you're doing well, dude. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, so just to sum up all of those things, I still think Bitcoin bottom is in. I still think we're going to have a rally on the 75 basis point. Even if you get a 100 basis point hike, I still think the bottom is in. And I think we're going to rally today. At this point, the Fed's hawkish speeches are more powerful than the rate hikes. So yeah, let's see what goes on there. So I expect a rally today. HEX on Ethereum. This is narrative. Everybody thinks that Bitcoin is going to 10K because of Richard Hart, and they think that this is going to break and go much lower. Although we have a new high, this is a repeat of what happened up here. This is technically a very hard pattern, as it's almost like a fake out. They're trying to run the stops, right? But a small percentage, I mean, how much percent move is this? Let's go down to the weekly. It's not a very significant new low. If it was like a 10% move, right? Yeah, like that's a 1% move to the downside. It's nothing to be freaked out about, right? Excuse me. It's just, this is a fake out. And yeah, the whales are getting these people to panic and to sell out literally at the bottom of the market. Because if Bitcoin has bottomed, I do not see HEX going much lower than we've already done. Let's just quickly see this guy that just sold 20K. Yeah, every time I look at these guys that are selling, they're out. They're literally out of their positions. So, and we keep getting bought up. The indicators are beautiful on the daily. Nice. What kind of dog? I have 2 Boston Terriers and a pavement special, which we adopted from the SPCA. How much HEX is good enough to have on ETHW? Ash, I got like, from all of my referrals and the HEX or the Ethereum copy that I had, I do not hold any other stable coins or any other coins except for HEX. So I pretty much just got my HEX copied and a little bit of ETHW. I then, yeah, from that I think I got like, because I actually tweeted, I got like 70K HEX on ETH, and the rest from my referrals, which added up to like 2.2 million ETH on that side. But once again, I'm waiting for this to dip. Like, I've got a few more coins from referrals that I want to get in this area. Or I'm actually hoping it wicks again down like this to buy, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen, as I think there are many people that's also waiting for the same thing to happen. Now, this is technically called the nosebleed section up here above the green box. So if you do want to take a position, and this is not financial, this is just what I am doing, is I'm waiting for the green box to slowly add position, right? Because this can just, I mean, the RSI, the indicators looks really well. If we break the all-time highs, it's just going to go. And there's so many people that are sitting on the sideline for some reason. People that don't even want to interact with this, right? So, I mean, there's many things you can do to negate some of the risks. Like, creating a new wallet. Like just simply creating a new wallet would mitigate pretty much all of that risk. You can't be replayed attacked because you've done no transactions. And if you're sending Ethereum that you got copied from another wallet to this new wallet, you can just send a blank transaction to yourself on that wallet that you originally got the Ethereum from to mitigate that risk. But the chain has said, and the developers has said that this chain does have replay protection. The replay attack that happened was on a breach, and most of hacks happen in a breach, and it was a small amount. It was like 200 wrapped ETH, which is like $1,200, which is laughable in crypto. I mean, people lose millions in breach hacks. Also, Michael Saylor bought more Bitcoin, and the price didn't even move, right? Yeah, if you want large positions, this is the only thing Bitcoin is good for. If you don't want the market to move against yourself, is it's got a bunch of liquidity. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, so just to answer your question, how much is good enough? I mean, anything is good enough. The anything you can get without risking everything on it, right? It could still, we don't know if it's going to work out. The miners are not profitable currently, but you can't use that argument because the Pulse chain validators are also not going to be profitable for much longer than ETHW miners are going to be profitable. Yeah, let's cover some of the other coins. Weight token, I still haven't claimed my weight token. You got this coin for free if you sacrificed the Pulse chain, and it's in a beautiful location currently. It came down beautifully after people speculated on the new product that they're going to release, and it had nothing. It's not a pumping coin. It had nothing to do. It's just a fiat on-ramp. And once again, we can just pull up our reload zone and see that we are below it, right? A massive wick on this, very dangerous, but it came all the way back. And this is good market structure. We still haven't broken the lows down here. We can just put it on this one and see if it keeps that trend line. Yeah, I still haven't claimed mine. I think there will be enough time for when the release eventually comes out, the announcement comes out, that I can claim it, hopefully. Hopefully Pulse Chain doesn't stealth launch, then I'm obviously going to lose my weight claim. But that's fine, it's not a lot of money, right? I can just let it go. And maybe I'll get some when it launches and it's as cheap as it is down here. That is weight. Remember, these are not endorsement to go get these things. I'll just cover it for you guys. I got some PLSD, although I had nothing when I got more yesterday, because I'm just looking at the Pulse. What is it called? Pulse Bitcoin is their new product that they're launching. And it seems like you're going to have to hold, I've just read on the telegrams that you're going to have to hold PLSD. So I bought like 100 down here just to have some, so I can claim that airdrop. And hopefully I can send it to, maybe I shouldn't say these things. Yeah, I'm just going to have some, and I've got obviously lots of wallets that have different HEX stakes, so I'll just send it through between all of my accounts to claim it. Hopefully it works like that, and it wasn't a snapshot. If it's a snapshot that you had to have PLSD in your account, which would be rather stupid, I think what the best thing would do is just to airdrop their pulse Bitcoin to all of the HEX stakers, which it seems it's going to be, but you have to prove, or there's going to be probably a transaction to check that you have PLSD in your wallet, because that can actually push up the price of PLSD if you're going to have to go and buy some on the market to claim it. Whereas having it a snapshot, which means that you had it in your account before the airdrop happened, no one's going to go and buy more. So once again, this is inside the reload zone. We've held the 78.6 level, which is this area down here, the whole time. Or not the whole time, for a few days now. The RSI is very low. It can go lower, but it's never been this low before. So for me to take a small position down here, it doesn't matter. Remember, I never risk more than 5% of my portfolio on any which coin. Now 100 PLST is like nothing for me. So I always manage my risk, and I always play from a position of strength. So we can see this measured move played out perfectly. This is this green line down here. You pull it from the top to the bottom of the M, and you take it to the breakout point, and we've pretty much already hit this target. Okay. Any other questions, guys? How long have we been live? 31 minutes. We've covered our HEX pairs. We've covered HEX on Ethereum. Yeah, tell these people to stop dumping. Yeah, Richard Hart has tried to drop some hints. He said that this is where he tells his friends to get in. He said that we can decorrelate. And what else has he said in regards to that the X bottom might be in? On the weekly, very interestingly, the price is going down, right? You can see here. This was from here to here, you see the price is moving lower, but our RSI from this point is going higher, or at least it's flat. It hasn't confirmed yet. We need this weekly to close, but this is bullish divergence on the weekly. It's even more aggressive on the stochastic RSI. Look at that. And the MFI it's still going up. So I do not know how to read the MFI much, but either way, it's not bearish. This is all really good indicators, because the momentum is going up, but the price is going down. Yeah, and until we break the lows on Bitcoin, which was at 17.5, and we break it significantly with the 5% or maybe a 10% candle, then I will change my mind. But there's so many things on the chart that are bullish, that shows that we have in fact bottomed, including the pi cycle top. Let's go to the weekly and I'll show you quickly. This RSI has never been this low, right? Never. On all of the history of Bitcoin. Let's give you another one, the pi cycle. The pi cycle bottom indicator. The pi cycle bottom indicator, let's put on the log scale, has been perfect every time at calling the bottom. There's a third reason. Yeah, there's many reasons for me to think that the bottom is in, and unless we break those lows, my mind hasn't changed as of yet. And then again, taking that tweet of mine where I predicted that HEX is going to $50 in the next bull run. Where was that tweet? Here. So every time you take the gains from BTC per cycle and you divide it by 5.3, this gives you the gain for the next cycle. This puts the next target for BTC at 82k. Let's just quickly do that sum for you guys. Let's remove all of the drawings. So you take the gains from the previous cycle. $2,190. Let's divide that. 2,109 divided by 5.3. This gives you 390. Let's just show you guys. Ooh. That. This is the next percentage gains that you can expect from Bitcoin. And from 400%, right? This puts the next cycle top at 90k. If this was the bottom down here. Now this is just the theory of diminishing returns. Every time we get less gains, right? And we can show that this is true by taking the, I'm just going to put this screen this side again so I can do the sum while 12,800 divided by 2,109 gives you 6. Is my sum, is it wrong? What am I doing wrong? We can use 6. I mean, if we divide it by 6, the gains are even less. So let's do that. Either way, you still get my point. If we then fall, let's be optimistic and say we do get, okay, never mind. Let's say Bitcoin goes to 10k and 400% gains puts you at like 51,000, which means we're never going to have a top in Bitcoin ever, which is hard to believe with the inflationary environment that the world finds itself in, right? So just by that, there are 4 good reasons why I think HEX has bottomed, and there are more, and I will bring it to you guys in the next stream. I'll do some research and check out what I can see. What is the ETH next stop? I think Ethereum is going to surpass Bitcoin the next bull run at 83k. So this is where Ethereum is going to overtake Bitcoin this next cycle. And come back to this video because that's my prediction. So if we just go over that, 9,500% gain. And this doesn't mean this will be the Ethereum top, but this is where Bitcoin is going to. Yeah, so this coincides with my theory that the bottom is in. We're going to do about 500% gains in this cycle just because of diminishing returns, which puts it at 90,000, right? 90-ish thousand for Bitcoin. And that just shows that Ethereum is going to overtake it somewhere here. And let's just so a bull run lasts 3 years. How many days are in 3 years? Days in 3 years. $1,095. So June of 25, the top for Ethereum, and at that target range. It could obviously go much higher than this. This is just where I think it's going to surpass Bitcoin. Because Ethereum had a triple halvening now with all of the upgrades that it recently had. Let's just do a bar pattern copy. Okay, it's not going to be as nice as I thought it could be. Oh well, we can just do it like this. Put it up there. Oh, we need it to happen in a shorter amount of time. Just like that. Okay, any more questions? Because I'm going to end this stream in about 5 minutes. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. Do smash up the like button and subscribe if you want to see more of this in the future. And I will see you guys in the next one, hey? I'm going to be more consistent with these live streams as things are actually getting interesting. Finally getting a little bit interesting. And we're still waiting for Pulse Chain. I really hope it is not trying to time the market, because obviously I think he's wrong. But let's give Richard Hart the benefit of the doubt. He did call the top pretty well. Okay, watch out for the rate hike today and see what happens. I'm hoping it's quite a little bit more aggressive. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you, Digital Awareness. And cheers for now. And remember to play from a position of strength. Do not get wrecked. If you want to ask questions, you can always DM me on Twitter. Yeah, Richard is trying to time the market. He says he isn't, but yeah, let's. I'm not impatient with Pulse Chain because firstly I want it to be good and I want it to be done right. This ETH proof of work fork has shown us how amazing HEX is and the community is. I mean, we're literally owning that chain over there and we're all over the volume. My head says BTC will go to 9k, but my spirit says we have found the bottom already. Dude, if we go to 9k, I mean, what is the price of HEX going to do? Like all of those bearish targets I have, and I really do not want to see that happen. But 95 to 99% dips are incredibly common in crypto. Like, we've been going for a while now, but just to prove my point, I mean, these things do these kinds of retracements every time. Like, look at that, 94% on Bitcoin. Look at ADA. And the ADA looks darn bullish. That's not the good chart. Let's go to Binance. Look at this dip, a 98% dip in the previous bear market for ADA. And it went on to make massive gains. These were one of our best coins in the last bull run. 19,000% after a 98% dip. And this is HEX's first cycle. So for that to do that, I wouldn't, yeah, you mean, you can't say now this is a scam or whatever because it did this. I'm not endorsing ADA in any way. I do not even know if they've had smart contracts. I've never connected to the network. Yeah, then I would buy more HEX. Yeah. I'm pretty much almost spent, so there's not much more I can put in. I could have just cashed out all of my gains on HEX on the ETH proof of work chain, because it's quite a large amount already. But I'd rather just sit on it. I mean, there's no reason to get greedy. And people that chase money tend to chase their whole life. So it's better just to take it slow and just relax. Okay, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Let's leave some more commentary for the next stream. Just for now, bye bye.